This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
We are in storm alert this afternoon. We're going to take a shot at look at some video here we shot earlier this morning. This is I-64 in downtown St. Louis. Most of the area saw heavy rainfall and storms that triggered flooding, slowing down that morning commute. Thanks so much for being here. I'm Kay Quinn.
And I'm Brent Solomon. The weather is pretty calm right now, but another round of potential storms and flooding expected tonight. We have team coverage for you this afternoon. Meteorologist Tracy Henson has a look at the storms that already hit earlier today.
But first, let's go to Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell. He's here with a look ahead at our Weather First forecast. Scott?
Well, Kay, we are expecting an active evening weather-wise around the St. Louis area. We continue in storm alert this evening, as we're anticipating more thunderstorms developing probably after 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. A look outside right now, mostly cloudy skies. Occasionally there's been a little sunshine. Temperatures have popped back up to around 80 degrees. That's an important key as we head into the evening hours. Not a whole lot on the radar locally right now. A couple of scattered showers to our north. Then we look back to the northwest. We are starting to see some thunderstorms developing now in northern and north central portions of Missouri, back out towards Kansas City. This will be the area we'll monitor as we head through the evening hours. 81 in St. Louis. But draw your attention into southwest Missouri, back into Kansas. 107 right now in Wichita, 96 in Springfield. All that hot, humid air down to the south and west tries to run up over the cooler air that's in place here. The expectation is we'll be creating an area of showers and thunderstorms that could produce some severe weather this evening. And then later tonight, we'll see continuation of the strong thunderstorms with the potential for heavy rainfall. So our flooding threat at this point highlighted right around the St. Louis area as the main focus. And so that's going to be a focal point as we head through this evening. Flooding concerns are definitely going up. Rounds of heavy rain and storms. In some cases, the heavy rain over the same spots repeatedly. And then late evening, after 7 or 8 o'clock, we could have some strong storms before midnight.
All right. Thank you, Scott. Our team coverage continues with meteorologist Tracy Henson. She's been keeping track of storm reports. Tracy?
Okay, so I've also included a couple pictures from our Weather Watcher community on Facebook. If you're not a part of it, we would love to have you join us there. You can join in the conversation. So Bibash, he sent this one in from Lake St. Louis. This is a composite of multiple lightning strikes that came through last night. And Dennis Hall, from about 3:30 in the morning all the way through late about 5 a.m., he picked up about 4.5 inches of rainfall in Rosebud, Missouri. This is one of those areas that saw significant flooding last night. And Lois, she was near Owensville this morning, and you can see the sun's up, so this is past sunrise time here, so probably right around 6 a.m. you can see the water and the parking lot here completely flooded out and moving pretty fast there. You can see a couple white caps on that water. So the Doppler radar here shows, we're going to let it loop around and show you that system as it came in last night. At a certain point, if you were up and watching it, this really put on a show last night. There were over 1,000 strikes of lightning in the Herman to Gasconade area right at around 1 in the morning last night. So it really put on a show for us. Rainfall estimates here, so you can see where it targeted. It's almost like turning the hose on and then just not stopping. Some areas, this is a radar estimate, picked up anywhere from 3 to 5 inches. Some of those storm reports you can see all compiled over here towards Gasconade and Franklin counties. I'll go over those reports in detail coming up at 5 o'clock.
All right, Tracy, we'll be looking forward to it. Our western counties, by the way, were hit the hardest this morning, and that includes, as Tracy mentioned, Gasconade County. Right now, Highway K is back open just north of Highway 50. Heavy rain caused flooding there. At least 4 to 6 inches of rain fell this morning. 5 on your side's Mark Maxwell spent the day in Gasconade. Look for his reports coming up at 5 and 6.
A warning for drivers. Be cautious on the roads as we anticipate another round of severe weather. The slick roads caused 2 semi-trucks to roll over overnight.
That's right. 5 on your side's Justina Coronel joins us live right now near I-64 in St. Louis. What can you tell us, Justina?
Okay, and Brent, so drivers on the highway need to be careful, especially when it rains. I'm told drivers really need to slow down. Now, earlier this morning, there were 2 different tractor-trailer crashes. There was one in Pevely where a man sustained serious injuries after he traveled off Interstate 55 going airborne onto Route Z. Then another in South St. Louis County, a driver suffered minor injuries after he ran off 255 overturning the truck. Earlier today, I spoke to the executive director of the Illinois Trucking Association. He recommends for drivers to give space to these truckers. I'm told they need room to slow down.
In dry conditions, it can take as long as a football field. In wet conditions, it can take 2 or 3 football fields in order for that truck to stop that's full of all of your stuff. And so we just remind, especially the automobile drivers out there, give trucks plenty of room, give them plenty of space. We're doing the best job that we can to safely deliver over 70% of the nation's freight.
Something to keep in mind, I'm told there are 4 no-zone areas around a truck, so 1 on each side, and especially on the right side, I'm told there's a pretty big blind spot, so something to keep in mind if you're out on the road. Reporting live, Justina Cornell, 5 on your side.
All right, thank you, Justina. Right now, the St. Louis County Emergency Operations Center is partially activated due to the potential for severe weather later tonight. The Office of Emergency Management will monitor road conditions, potential power outages, and other conditions. The staff encouraging people to stay indoors and avoid travel. If you must be on the roads and encounter flooded roadways tonight, remember, turn around, don't drown. It only takes about 6 inches to a foot of water to sweep away a car.
All right, let's go ahead and get a live look now at the Missouri Botanical Garden. That's where the last Whitaker Music Festival of the season was supposed to happen tonight. But due to that expected weather, the event is now canceled. The festival will return next summer. Remember, you can get the weather first forecast anytime on your phone if you text the word weather to 314-425-5355. Developing right now, police investigating a possible security issue near Capitol Hill. The Russell Senate office building went on lockdown after there were reports of a possible active shooter. Officers blocked access to the underground tunnels leading into the office buildings, but so far, police have not found any evidence suggesting that there was a shooter in that building.
This afternoon, St. Louis police are working to identify a man who was killed after being hit by an SUV. It happened early this morning at the intersection of Natural Bridge and Arlington Avenue in North St. Louis. Police say the man was taken to the hospital where he later died. The driver stayed at the scene.
We have much more still ahead. Accused of overturning the election, the new campaign push from former President Trump after his most recent indictment.
Hope for Hollywood when negotiations between writers and studios could resume.